Hello and welcome to the Pixelated Realms Gamescast, your guide through the digital landscape, unlocking the latest and greatest in video game fun. I'm your host, Tyler Salerno, and alongside me is my brother Alex and our co-host Dustin. How are you doing, gentlemen? Welcome back.
What's up? Sorry I had to miss last episode. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, no, good to have you back. And we dropped this episode shortly after the big launch of Hollow Knight Silksong, so that's been like in the news lately. It's kind of been the trend. But we're going to talk a lot about what we're playing today. We're going to go over some viewer questions and just to enjoy ourselves and have some fun. So let's dive right into it. Has anyone been playing anything cool lately? Like, what's the latest?
I have just been playing Silksong. I don't have enough
Same.
time to really play like more than one game anymore. So
Well, tell us about Silksong so far.
playing Silksong, I really like it. I think I have like probably 6 hours in, six
Yeah.
to 8 hours in. I don't know exactly. I haven't gotten to Act 2, but I'm pretty far in. I'm probably like 10 zones in.
Yeah.
So and I noticed off the bat, this is one of those games where like you feel you're getting really far in the game, but then
And
you
you're
slowly
not.
start to realize you haven't even scratched the surface.
That's where I'm at right
Because I
now,
was
I
like,
think, in it.
yeah, because
Because you
I
start
was like, oh,
moving really quickly. You start moving quickly, and you're like, all right, I'm a badass. And I have like 3 of like the fast travel points unlocked. And you said, what? How many do you have unlocked right now?
well, I have like 10.
10. See, yeah, I thought I was already far, but like you already have way further than me.
Yeah, and I haven't even like scratched the surface. I think there's 28
Wow.
zones in the whole game, and like when you start and it goes like Act 1, I haven't even
Yeah.
hit Act 2 yet. So like
Wow.
I know that this game is gonna continue on, and it's cool because it's like I like though that the game doesn't tell you or doesn't really even hint to you like how much progress you've made. So like even like the menus don't give you an idea because it's like an as you play through the game, like you start to unlock new menus and it just like adds more and like or the menus you have will expand and you're like, oh my god, there's more to this. Like I kind of thought I was like, oh, I started to fill out like this tools page, not realizing that at some point that page grows. And so I was like,
Wow. Yeah.
okay, this game isn't fucking around.
Wow.
But overall, I really like it. I'm liking it a lot more than Hollow Knight. Though disclaimer, I never finished Hollow Knight. I got pretty far. I
Hmm.
got almost to the end, but I for whatever reason just never finished it. I played it on the Switch. I think had something to do with it. The Switch didn't feel as responsive, and that's a game that requires absolute perfect
Precision.
frame
Yeah.
like precision. I even noticed like I've been playing on my PS Portal, and the difference
Hmm.
between my Portal and here is probably only a couple frame difference, but tremendous
Yeah.
difference in like actually being able to defeat somebody. So if I'm like fighting a hard boss or something, I can't do it on the Portal. Or I mean, I'll give it a try, but then I'll come down and I'll play down here, and it's just so much better and so much more responsive. But
Yeah, you
overall, the
definitely got to
game,
play. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. Well, I'll wait because I know we're gonna talk probably a lot about this game. So, but that's what
Yeah.
I'm playing.
Yeah. Yeah. I've also been playing Silksong, obviously. I stopped playing through Hollow Knight to play it. And I'm really kind of glad I did because I'm really enjoying like the updated, refreshed mechanics of everything. And Hornet is just
Hmm.
such like an interesting character. Does
Hmm.
Silksong hit the has the Hollow Knight Silksong trend meant anything to you, Dustin?
I mean, I will say that I really do think that the price was super smart with it
Yeah.
because it's like really inviting, like even if you're not like into this type of game, it just gives you like the whole fucking like great, this is awesome. I can do this and like dive in
Drop
and you
that price for
feel
us. Let our viewer.
Yeah.
yeah, it's $20, right? So it's why not try it? Yeah, so I think that's been great. I'm really surprised. The game is out, right? So why is the fucking Metacritic not up? This is so
So there's a
weird.
few pieces of news around the game. One, it was getting review bombed on Steam because people were upset about the Chinese dub of the game, and so it was getting review bombed. I think it's like at very positive right now, but that's like weird for this game. We would expect it to be overwhelmingly
Yeah,
positive.
on the PlayStation Store, it was a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I know the Team Cherry like social media account did release a statement saying like they're working on it and they're going to improve it. But I know that was a thing.
Was it just like a bad
Additionally,
translation, or do you know anything
yeah,
about that?
people were the only details I read were that people were not happy with the way it was translated. Like, yeah, maybe it was mistranslated or the translation was of poor quality. I didn't get any more details,
It
but
must have been, because they don't speak like words; they go "Jibba-da-da-da-da-da," like so.
yeah, it must
It
have
had
just
to have
been
been the text.
like it's funny because Katie and I just ran into that the other day. We were watching. It was a TV show, but it was like we tried we tried the like Japanese to English translation, and it was like terrible. I mean, it was really, really bad. So maybe they'd used like an AI thing, or it just didn't. Who knows? But other news, I thought kind of what was more like of the craziest news of the whole Silksong tale is that it did. The release of this game broke Steam and the PlayStation Store, and
Yeah,
like I hear Epic Games maybe. I don't know. Either way, it sells so well that it took down the stores for the
yeah.
day. So I mean, it's pretty impressive considering this is like a very small team of people who make this game. And
I will
I mean, I
say that it's very fucking odd that there's no reviews up. That's super baffling. But I
wonder.
just read IGN's review in progress, and it looks like they did not start playing until launch day. So it looks like
They shadow
Team
dropped it.
Cherry. No, they didn't shadow drop it. It's just that Team Cherry did not provide review codes for this game
100% they did not.
before launch, which is super strange. In my experience, 11 years in PR, doing video game PR, the only
believe you.
time I've ever seen games not give out review codes ahead of time is if they're worried about expectations. Because
gonna be good or bad.
typically, yeah, like they're worried it's going to be bad. And then they'll hold review codes until launch day because then it doesn't impact sales. Where if they let them out a week early and then the reviews go live on launch day and then it's negative. I mean, the reviews in progress all seem pretty positive, so I don't think that was really the case here. I would love to have been in the room with the agency or the team at Team Cherry on why they decided to not give out review codes early, but that seems to be the case because it's just
I mean, they
You
didn't
send out
like
an email.
really do like they didn't really do like a marketing campaign. It was like, oh, there's
They
a
didn't
playable
need to.
demo at GamesCon. I know, I get it, but like it was like, oh, there's a playable demo at GamesCon. Oh, it's going to be released September 4th. Like it was like really quick, right? Like I didn't
It was
have
like
to wait.
we had
I
like
mean, other than
I don't
those
know, when
7
was
years.
Gamescom? When was
It was like 2
Gamescom? I
weeks
forget.
ago, right?
Yeah,
2
it
weeks
was
ago?
like it was so like so when I say shadow drop, I know it wasn't like a literal shadow drop, but a 2-week
Like a
launch
shadow
like
drop
warning
light.
to me is like a shadow drop, right? They were like,
Yeah.
"Hey, the game's ready. It's coming out 2 weeks." I was like,
I mean, we've been
that
waiting
to
7
me,
years, right? Or I mean, like, fans have been waiting 7
the
years.
community, yeah.
So
I
I think
mean,
it's a big
it's
deal.
not it's not an unseen like strategy, right? Like the finals came out, no one knew shit about that, and then all of a sudden TGA's it was like available now.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
everyone's
like obviously
download fast I can.
there's not that much hype around that game because no one knew what it was, but it was a brand new IP. The only thing I can really think of is that there's so much hype around. It's almost the Nintendo approach, right?
Yeah.
Like I found it very odd with Nintendo Switch 2 that they invited so many media out to New York for the initial reveal, but then did not basically give out Switch 2s for launch day review coverage of the system. So it was like, what the fuck? Like, there's no launch day reviews of the system, but you brought all these press out early for the reveal and first time checking it out. So it's like that here, where it's like, I think Nintendo did that because Nintendo knew they didn't need the press. They knew that this thing was going to sell like gangbusters, and that at that point the press could probably only hurt them than actually add more hype. So it's like with Silksong, there's so much hype where it's like, does the extra press coverage that's positive even help you, or does the risk of having negative coverage outweigh the chances of more positive coverage bringing in new players, right? Like, so
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting to me that it's been so silent for so long and then it just dropped, I don't know. It's gonna do well. I mean, it's doing well, so I guess it doesn't
I
matter,
mean,
but
yeah, their goal was accomplished. They made money.
yeah.
yeah. Well, that's one thing too. Maybe they didn't really bring anyone in. They didn't bring in marketing really. They didn't bring in all these
Right.
people
Yeah.
because they were going to do such a short window of on the marketing campaign. It saves a shit ton of money, obviously. Like
Save the
marketing is
money,
like half
obviously.
the fucking money. Like look at Activision. Dude. Activision will
Uh,
spend like $500 million making Call of
it's
Duty and
like,
spend another $500 million in
yeah,
marketing for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know, since it being a $1 billion budget, because half that money is marketing. So it's like, look how much money
yeah,
they saved by just not doing that and just
Mhm.
trusting that the game has enough excitement on
quality.
its own.
I mean, they've been tracking it for 7 years. You know, they're like, and after 7 years, people were still talking about it. They were like, "We're good." You know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah,
wasn't like it never faded away. People were like, "When's Silksong coming out?" Right? Like, so they were like, "Hey, we don't need to do shit." Like,
Well,
it's
yeah,
especially because every
still,
time it got brought up, right, or every time that the team did an interview and gave an update, like people were like clamoring for it, you know. And
yeah.
so it's like they also had the benefit of like, you know, a lot of indies and stuff like that, you really have to chase press. It gets very difficult to get media to care about your game because unless you have a big name attached to it or something like that, you know, there's like 1,000 games a day coming out on Steam. So how
right.
do you get attention? You know, but here they had the benefit of like anytime they would email anybody saying, "Hey, we want to give an update on Silksong, want to chat?" That whoever is getting that email from the press head is like, "Fuck yes, I do. Fuck yes, I do. Please
Yes, yes,
talk
yes,
to
yes,
me.
yes, yes, yes.
Like, when can we schedule? Are you free right now?" Like,
Yeah,
so
starts to
that's a
transcend
rare
indie.
privilege, you know. It's a rare
Yeah.
privilege that really is typically afforded to AAA's. Like when EA or Bethesda wants to talk, you know, that email gets open and you pretty much set it up. But yeah, indies it's much more difficult. You know, credit to them. They've created a great game and created a lot of hype, and this next one seems like it's really great. You know, congratulations, Team Cherry.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, the game came out and, like, I'm having a great time. I think it's better than Hollow Knight, which I think is the only thing you can ask for in a game if, you know, that's a
in our
sequel,
Supposedly,
similar
and,
it's
game.
way harder from what I was just saw.
you know,
Also,
I don't
I
feel like it
still
is.
don't agree with that. Other than the fact that okay, people say that because in Hollow Knight you have to down slash and like use that to like hop over things, and this one it's a down diagonal slash. And if that's the
But
main
you can
reason
change
it's
that.
harder, you can
There's
change it too. So it's like
there's a there's a point where you can change your, like, attack style, and so, like, you can get rid of that. And that's,
yeah,
like, such a small part of the game too, honestly, like, the having to, like, do the down attack
I
to
had to do
bounce off
so
of
many
things.
the other night. I
Well,
had
I
to
mean,
do
I use that
for like
attack
an
a lot,
hour and a half.
but, like, there's so many other avenues, and the
Yeah.
fact that you can, like, heal yourself is so great. I don't know, I mean, I'm not that far in yet, like, it seems like it's a pretty lengthy game, so maybe it'll get harder, but so far it seems about the same.
Yeah. My favorite part about the game so far is the mount guy. So you fight this boss, and like after you beat him, he's like this armored bug armadillo thing. And once you beat him, he becomes like your train transportation quick travel guy. And the way she calls him is so cute. Like, and I mean, obviously, you could check out the live stream because I've been live streaming all of my gameplay for Silksong up on the channel.
Mira.
Check that out somewhere. Does it? Yeah, she's like Era, right? That's what she says. So yeah, it's very cute. Hornet's just like a really cute character, and like
I think that's
the
from the
little
first game too, but I don't
yeah, no,
remember.
it's 100%. No, no,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
the
Hornet?
the the bell free crawler creature.
No, no, no. That it's like a spider thing in the in Hollow Knight.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I haven't
Yeah.
played Hollow Knight in a
I
while.
just
I mean,
played it. That's why I know.
okay, okay.
And there's that little like lady who you keep finding on her pilgrimage who's doing the bell ding ding
I
ding
love
ding.
every time I find her. I'm like, yes,
Or you find the blacksmith warrior like
the map
map
maker. Yeah, she's singing
like
her little song.
yeah, like half the fun of the game just seems to be interacting with these little like fun creatures.
Yeah.
But then that one fight she joins in. So you're like playing the fight and then like she just randomly like pops in and starts helping you and it's like it really does give me vibes of like Mega Man X. I don't know why, but it gives me that vibe of just like a really great like classic like game that's all precision, you know?
Mhm. It like I would say it's like it does give me the Mega Man, and I feel like a little bit of the like the Dark Soulsiness of it, where it's like it feels like a
Yeah.
lived in world. but somehow desolate, right? Like it has like just enough characters in the game to make it feel like it's lived in, but not so many that it feels like it's like it still feels like it's like rotting, right? Like
Yeah.
the world is still like falling apart. They do a really good job in their
Yeah.
world building and the character design, and yeah, the sound design is fantastic.
I think like the sound design and the music have been really amazing. That's why I did that. Once again, check it out. The 9.5 hour stream I did of just sitting in the main town, because honestly, I've been putting it on at night and like just sleeping to it because it's like such a great ambiance. Like it really is, and the music's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Christopher Larkin is the composer on this one, which of course is the same one as the first game.
yeah. I mean, their music is I mean, just the whole audio design is so good, and it like they use it to key you in on like nearby things that you can't see off screen. You know, the enemies, like everything about it's so good. It's just so like it's like it just feels good. Like it's just like really soothing to the ears, even when it's like not supposed like you're in like a shitty
Yeah.
situation. Like the music and
It
the audio is just
enhances
so good.
and like supports everything about the game.
Hmm.
My only gripe, and this is more of a gripe of this style of game, is just like dying and having to run back. Like I just have to do that so many times. Like, all right, I'm dead, running back. So
You know,
like it's just part of the
yeah,
pain, I know, but like it's just like it's such a fun experience. But like,
don't die. No,
yeah, just don't die, right? Of course.
yeah. There's a few places where I'm like, oh, it's so far from like one of the rest spots. But
Yeah.
my biggest gripe with the game isn't even with this game. It's like a mechanic that it uses that other games use that I just hate. And it's where enemies just have like permanent thorn damage. Like,
Oh
meaning
yeah.
anytime you touch an enemy,
Any
it's instant damage
contact.
to you. Any
Yeah.
contact, even if they're not attacking. And I know it's like
I get
used in
it,
every
but yeah.
game, and I get that it probably balances the game and, whatever. And I'm sure it probably would be super boring without it. But it's like, they're not attacking. Why does he do damage to me, but I don't do damage to him? Like, I feel like at least they should also get a point of damage, or they should just push away from each other.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, I'll
That's
literally
funny.
like nick just like brush up on some stupid thing, and it's like one damage, that's 20% of my health because I only have 5 health, or well, I have 6, but you start off with 5,
Yeah.
and it's like, come on, like I just brushed that dude, or I fell, like, and his hitbox just barely nicked mine, and it's just like, like why can't they just
Impressed with
bounce off each
how
other?
the way they program the AI to attack you. So like it's actually really smart. Like he doesn't just come at me from a straight line. Like these little flying creatures will go at me right in the spot where it's actually hardest for me to hit them with the either
Hmm.
up or the right and left,
Yeah.
dash slashes. And like it really must be intentional. Like you can tell they really thought about like how each mechanic is supposed to act and like how you're supposed to react to it, and it really like benefits by you being like super mobile and flexible. Sometimes like I'm feeling it and I'm like, oh, the movement's so like fluid, and then sometimes that
Hmm.
fluidity is also the same thing that's getting me killed.
Yeah. It does feel good. It does feel very fluid. Like it feels like a dance. Like the way that
Yeah.
her combat is. It's like you can like bounce off an enemy and hit somebody, and then dash away, and then hit them or whatever. And it just feels really good.
Yeah.
I like it. And like to reiterate on like Dustin's point, I think that the $20 is genius. It's also in Game Pass, so it's like I ended up paying because I wanted it on the PlayStation, but like that is so accessible. They easily could have charged $50, and
Yeah.
they would have still
Many
just
sales.
tons of people buying this and playing this game, and they would have made more money. But like the fact that they charged $20 for it is amazing, especially because it's clearly now a more than 15-hour game. Like it's like not a small 8-hour experience. It's
Yeah, I
much
know
longer
it,
than that.
it seems fairly lengthy. At least for me it's going to take a while.
Hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
totally.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Before I
Go ahead.
did forget, not related to Silksong. I've played one other game actually since last time, and I did
Yeah,
want to
what's
talk about it a
that?
little bit. So I played Path of Exile 2 during their free weekend,
Yeah, tell us about that.
and because I really want to like Path of Exile, I don't. I can never get into the first one, and so I was really hoping that the second one would scratch my Diablo itch because Diablo 4 just missed on so many like places for me.
Hmm.
Like the game loop, the lack of content is just so difficult to want to continue to play. Like I felt like I got my time out of that game, but I was like, I wanted something I could really dig into. So I keep hoping Path of Exile 2 is going to be that, but I don't want to pay for the early access. Just kind of on principle, I guess.
It's still early access.
It's still early access. Little backstory on that. They said, it's going to be early access. It's $30 to get into the early access. However, when they release the game, that $30 becomes $30 of credit. So you could buy in-store microtransaction stuff. So that's kind of like their way of,
and it's going to be free when it does release.
And then it'll become free. And so, but I'm still waiting for the game to become free. So when they dropped it, when they said they were going to do like a free weekend, I was like, ooh, I want to play. I did play, probably like 5 hours, 6 hours maybe, over like 3 or 4 days. And I got to say, I do like it. Not enough to pay the $30 yet. Especially because we had Silksong and then this Friday Borderlands drops. So I'm like, ooh, I'm going to be like plenty busy. I don't need to pay for it. If there was like nothing else, I probably would have broke down and spent it, but I have other things to play. But the characters were pretty good. Like it actually felt like they purposely used old mechanics in the game, like Diablo 2 style mechanics that dropped quality of life things. Like for instance, you have to use scrolls of identity to that kind of thing. But it still felt refreshing.
What did
and
you
good.
think about the talent trees and like the complexity of all that?
That talent tree is a fucking disaster and monstrous. It's huge. It would be so. I would like it if they had no level cap, but they cap you at 100. But there's like literally 1,000 talents. So you're like, okay. And I get that they want you to like build out your tree, but that tree is so complicated that you could spend years trying to figure it out.
Seems like you're forced just to go look it up, right? By someone who is doing the math.
Which I just don't, like I don't like games where I have to just copy and paste the optimal build to play the game. Like I want to feel like I can experiment and fuck around and and go beyond things. But that game, the talent tree is so like complex and big and it's like if they were just like, hey, unlimited levels, you could, if you were to spend 10 billion hours in this game, you'd somehow be able to max this all out. You'll never get it, but like that to me, I would have been like, ooh, like challenge accepted. Like I will try, even though it's like probably impossible. But it's not that way. Yeah, the story didn't really grab me. It was good. Wasn't as good as Diablo. That's one of the things, though. Diablo has like a really good story, really strong story, like the whole Sanctuary versus Hell and all that stuff.
I mean, hell versus heaven. It's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, like it just they also have the production quality of Blizzard, which Blizzard has fallen in quite a lot of places, but their animations are still very good. Like their cutscenes are still very good when they actually decide.
Well, did you see the most recent WoW one? There was some real criticism that went. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
No, but I'm sure they cut some corners. But the story was very bland so far. It was like, though, realistically, I hadn't really gotten far enough to like get into whatever the overarching story was. I was still in my like little survival story, but yeah. So overall, I liked it. The game loop was satisfying. The fighting the fighting of the minions was satisfying. The finding the loot and stuff was good, but the story was a little okay, and they didn't hint at what the end game was yet, so I was kind of like, I'll wait for it to be free. So that was my like 2 cents.
Fair. Path of Exile 2. I mean, still early access. It's definitely a game I'd like to try, but it just seems a little complex. It didn't seem very approachable, but like maybe I need to give it a try when it goes free.
They just need to put it out for free. They just need to do to say, hey, this isn't what we wanted. We want to do 6 acts. We only have 3 acts. We're still going to put out more for free. Sorry, but here's the game. Like,
yeah. Well, how about you, Dustin? Anything you've been playing other than what we've been talking about here, Silksong?
No, but there was a game tonight I want to quickly talk about.
What is that?
That's the fucking Bills versus Ravens. Okay, look, I know sports, but can we talk about for a second how the Bills were losing by 15 points with 7 minutes to go, scored a touchdown with 3 minutes and 56 seconds left to close it to 40-32. The fucking Ravens fumbled on the second play, gave it up. The Bills went and scored a touchdown with a minute and 58
My
seconds left.
gosh.
The fucking Ravens punted the ball. Now there is a minute 33 left. The Bills go down and score in the last second to win 41-40. 16
My
unanswered
gosh.
points in the last 7 minutes of the game. A game that the Ravens were dominating all game. The Ravens at one point were winning 17-10, 20-13,
Wow.
and then 27-13, 34-19, 40-25, and then end up losing 41-40. So that's all I'll
Dang.
say about it. But I
That
look
is
at that,
crazy.
probably feel Ravens fans probably feel as bad as I felt yesterday watching the Dodgers, as the Dodgers had a no hitter at 8 2/3 of the game complete. One fucking out left. One out. Yoshinobu Yamamoto has a no hitter going. They hit a home run, give up the no hitter. Relief pitcher comes in, gives up 3 runs. Dodgers fucking lose 4-3 after only needing one out to
My
fucking win the
gosh.
game with a no hitter going. So I was in shambles last night. I fucking just distraught. I was
I wish I watched
pacing
that
up and
football
down the
game.
hotel and just pissed off and like ranting to my dad. I saw some Dodger fan with the hat on. I was like, what the fuck was that, bro? What the fuck? He's just like shaking his head like in disbelief too.
I don't
All
want
right.
to talk about it.
Yeah, all right, that's my
Wow.
sports rant. But yesterday was fucking brutal.
That's
So.
crazy. That's crazy. Well, for me, I've been playing Silksong, but I've been trying to wait for Company of Heroes 3 to go on sale, and it finally went on sale, and I finally picked it up. This game was like really, it's a RTS World War II, critically acclaimed, like former game of Company of Heroes 2, and the third one came out and it wasn't well received, and they've been updating it and working on it. And finally, I think it's at like a really good state. I got to be honest, I've put like 10 hours into it and it's fantastic. I mean, like, it really feels like you are controlling squads of army troopers and calling in tanks and defending territory and airstrikes and mortar teams. Like, it really does feel like all of those things. And it takes a little bit to learn, but I got to say, I mean, it's freaking cool, like having like calling in airstrikes from like American artillery and stuff. So yeah, it's just been it's just been fun. We won't spend a lot of time on it because I know it's not like a new or hip game or anything.
Did I tell you guys, just speaking of war stuff, did I tell you guys about that movie, that Chinese movie I watched a few weeks ago?
What
So
Chinese movie?
No.
me and Yenny went and watched this movie called Dead to Rights. It is about the Japanese invasion of China during World War II and the occupation of Nanjing, which is the capital
Yeah,
of China. And it is fucking brutal, dude, because it
but
is
this is
like
a
the
recent
Schindler's.
movie.
Yeah, this is like the
This just
Schindler's
came out.
List, but for Chinese people, of like how like the Japanese were like
Wow.
committing like all these atrocities, dude.
Mm.
So if you're into war stuff, I highly recommend watching. It has subtitles, it has really famous Chinese actors who are really good. But there is this scene, okay, because they're trying to create. So one of the main characters you follow from the Japanese side is a photographer. And basically there's this scene like they're trying to. He's taking all these like horrific photos, and then they want to like bury those photos, like never print those. But then they're trying to get the Chinese people to like to smile for like propaganda pictures and see how great we're treating everyone here. So there's this fucking scene, dude, where like the two of the main characters and like they're lining up to take photos and the baby is crying and the photographer's like, someone shut that baby up. And then like, dude, this Japanese soldier literally walks over, grabs the baby and smashes it on the ground. Like fucking smashes it on the ground and kills it in front of everyone. And like everyone like starts crying. Like a mom is like screaming, that she.
Poor.
And like, oh my god, dude, that scene was so fucking heavy, dude. My god, dude, I've never seen anything like that.
I can't watch movies like that.
It was
Oh my
crazy, dude.
But if you
gosh.
have like kids, like that kind of shit, it just makes me so angry.
But yeah, dude. And so next part, the fucking guy picks the baby up and hands it to the two main characters to make it seem like it's a happy family photo and force the people to take photos of the dead baby. And like, yeah, 100% though, Alex. Once you have kids, like that's all I could think about, dude. Like I have these weird fears, bro. Like where I'm just like, one of my biggest fears as a parent, and this happens in this movie also because it made me think about it, is like knowing you're about to die and having to comfort your child who's gonna die with you and telling them it's gonna be okay when you know it's not.
My gosh, this is so
Like,
grim.
like
Yeah, we
I
got
worry
real
about
dark
that like
real
flying to
fast.
like China, dude. Because like if like the plane's gonna crash, like I fucking like dude, it's my biggest
It's a
fear.
terrifying
Like
thought.
literally my
It's
biggest
terrifying.
fear in my life is like having like being in a plane crash with my kids and having to like tell them it's gonna be okay, knowing that we're about to fucking die.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully
Sorry, I got super
that's not
grim.
going to
I wasn't
be the
expecting to be so
situation.
grim, but I just know you like war stuff, so I wanted to bring up this movie because it actually was a really fascinating one-time watch, one time only for sure. But Alex, I 100%
I do
agree, dude.
very much like World War II, specifically World War II movies. So I'll definitely check that one out. But in the interest of time, I think we should move on to our question here. So we're going to move on to viewer questions. If you would like to ask a question that we will talk about at the end of the podcast, like we are about to now, you can do that at pixelatedrealms.org/ask or in our YouTube comments section if you're listening on YouTube. So today we have our wonderful Sunshine Sam, the man, giving us a great question to end out our episode. And that's going to be, what would y'all say are your top 10 bucket list games? Games that every gamer should play at some point in their gaming lifetime. So
I want to go first.
I know. So I gave this to the guys
It's a tough one.
beforehand. So we all came up with some. We did get a little thrown off because I was thinking bucket list games, like games I would want on my bucket list. But then the second part of the question is like games we would want to recommend to people. So I like as far as like games you have to play, you know.
All right.
So
I got 17.
all right.
17.
17. All right, you can
They're
say
split into two buckets. No,
start
I'll go
5.
fast. I'll go fast. So the 10
right.
games that I would recommend that based on things I've played would be The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64,
Agreed.
Mario Kart 8, Warcraft 3, Nier Automata, Donkey Kong Country 64, Left 4 Dead, Elden Ring, Halo, and like kind of dark horse here, but it's really good but very, very hard, is The Witness, which is a puzzle game by Jonathan Blow.
The Witness, yeah,
So,
that's a good one.
Super difficult, but like just a fantastically made game. The 7 that I have on here that I've never played or have played very, very minimally, but actually that's not true. I played Dark Souls 3, but that are like just very, very popular. Like a lot of people would have these on their list is God of War, The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5, Witcher 3, Skyrim, Dark Souls 3, and Monster Hunter World. I think I hated Monster Hunter World, so I wouldn't recommend it.
I think Wilds at this point would take over
Wilds
World.
better.
Yeah.
Oh, some people don't like Wilds, but that's a whole different topic.
But okay, those are my.
All right,
sure
there's a lot of those.
Overlap.
There's a lot of those I agree with. For me, like Ocarina of Time, Zelda Ocarina of Time, everyone has to play that game. It's just a fundamentally important 3D game, right? Like I say 3D because it was one of the predecessors of like 3D adventure games, right? And a lot of the 3D adventure games and even non-3D ones nowadays are really based off of concepts that Ocarina of Time enhanced upon from previous renditions of the game.
I mean, really, there could be 5 Zelda games on this list, right? Like Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker, and then the new one. And you could even throw in like Majora's Mask.
Breath of the Wild is also hugely
Majora's Mask
influential,
my
just
favorite.
not in the same way.
Yeah, like I love Majora's Mask. It's probably my favorite also, but it doesn't have quite the hype as some of these other ones. But you could easily have like 5 to 7 Zelda games on this list.
Yeah, I mean, my list was pretty close. The only ones that were different is I put Bloodborne. And let's see, I had The Last of Us, and then Soma. That is a game that I
really love Soma.
I love Soma. I love that game so much.
Amazing. You should do a short video for us on that one because people.
The thing
like
with that is, if I was to do a video, it'd be hours long.
Short quote hours long.
What game that you were doing that long ass essay on? Like that
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Still have the script for that, and I just never went through and finished it because it ended up just becoming so long. The whole video would have ended up being like almost 3 hours.
Yeah, in the comments, let Alex know that he should finish it.
Yeah, and it was basically an essay on me shit talking about the whole thing. So yeah, God of War. Let me see, Mass Effect.
Mass Effect was also on my list,
but
you have to play
honestly, all 3 of them 1, 2, and 3 are just so good. Mega Man X, which is probably on Tyler's.
That is on my list.
Yeah.
If you've watched this channel for any period of time, you should know Mega Man X was going to be on my list.
I thought about putting Mega Man on here, but when I tried to replay like the re-release a few years ago.
Not the classics, it has to be X.
Yeah, I was just like, this game's so fucking hard. I don't even want to fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and then obviously those other two, and then Super Mario. Any of the Super Mario games, like the originals.
Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah, Super
I
Mario
have
Brothers.
three.
3 is probably favorite one.
64. An underrated game, in my opinion, is the one on Wii U. What's it called? Super Mario 3D World. I thought that game was really fun.
Oh, I never played that
That one
one.
had the co-op feature, right? Where you could be
Yeah.
Luigi and Mario. Honestly, my personal favorite is either 64 or Sunshine. Fucking Sunshine was just awesome. I just thought it was really creative. I haven't
I
beaten
love
either of them
Sunshine.
because they were
It
really
gets a lot of hate,
were hard.
but like I
I
love
don't know
that
why it
game.
gets hate. I thought it was like one of the most creative Nintendo-y things that they have done, right?
I
Yeah.
think that GameCube games probably get a little hate just because GameCube is such a weird system. Sunshine was on GameCube,
GameCube
right?
was the best system. Yeah.
Yeah, I camped out in front of
Yeah.
Toys R Us for that bitch.
I mean, some honorary mentions I would say is like Alien.
Isolation.
Yeah, Alien Isolation. Obviously, all of the Dark Souls, Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, Uncharted, any of the Uncharted games.
You know, I think I could put Dungeons and Dragons Heroes to rest. I like one, it's a piece of dead software. So like you can't play it anymore. If anyone has a copy of Dungeons and Dragons Heroes and an Xbox, I haven't been able to make a port work. I've tried.
Hey, you
Let me know.
Mega Man 7. Don't forget.
Because I desperately need to play Dungeons and Dragons Heroes again.
Yeah, I can.
You know what? You know what game I forgot on this list? Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Absolutely necessary game. Gauntlet Dark
Legacy. You know what
Legacy.
I was totally random. You know what I was thinking of streaming was Stone Keep. It's on Steam.
Yeah, I have some hours in it actually. It's a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. Like
really,
it's a good game. It's really good.
Okay,
if
so
you
here's
really
one
like
game
classic
I'm surprised
games. Yeah,
you
go
guys
ahead.
didn't put on the list. I never played it, so that's why I didn't. But it's
Chrono
super
Trigger.
hype. Nope, is Half-Life.
Oh, Half-Life. I mean, honestly, we could do a top 100 easily. I would say like Return of the Obra Dinn, Chrono Trigger, Metroid
Chrono
Prime.
Trigger, Final Fantasy X.
I mean, if
a lot of the
Final,
you could do Final Fantasy 7, you could do Final Fantasy 9, 10, 13, 15, 16.
Binding of Isaac.
No, I have Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy Tactics we didn't even mention.
I think Kingdom Hearts is a worthy mention. I think
yeah.
Like
I think
there's a lot of games.
GoldenEye 007 is like a worthy mention, but I just felt like it was too dated to put on here a little bit. But
Metroid Exodus, I think there's tons and tons of games that would just be like worth playing. But if you have to limit it to 10, it's there's Tetris. Like obviously we probably should have said that one, but Pac-Man, like it depends on the direction.
Call of Duty.
That's Factory's better.
I'm not gonna. Besides Call of Duty 2, maybe like the 1998 one.
It's the same thing for me. Like Counter-Strike feels like it just feels like a weird game to include here. I think like if you made a list of like the greatest games of all time, Counter-Strike should be on that list. But I just don't know if I would like put it on like a you have to play game. It's just another shooter. It has its own thing, and it definitely defined a lot of the genre for a long time.
I feel like we should have like an official Pixelated Realms like Hall of Fame list. And we should like nominate games to be in the Hall of Fame, and we just have this massive list, no order, just we could have like anything is allowed.
I mean, you could even like do another whole list on just like games that had massive impacts, and on a list like that, like you've got to put like Dota on there, right? Like, or you could even say Warcraft 3.
I was about to say, Warcraft 3. Yeah,
I have Warcraft 3 on my list because it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I do think
it's one of the most influential games of all time. Because Dota and League of Legends came out of Warcraft 3, I think it easily makes it one of the most influential games ever made.
I mean, were tower builders a fucking thing before that?
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah,
it was
so
100%.
Defined like multiple genres.
It defined multiple billion-dollar game industry.
Plus, the actual game was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Plus, the game itself was a whole game. This was a side part of the game.
I can't believe they fucked up the remaster.
I don't know how they did it. Yeah.
It was good, but they fucking butchered it with like the things they took away from it. Like no guilds, no like just they made a lot of bad decisions.
Their little clause where they said anything that you make is our property.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. crazy. Because they don't want to give away $1 billion idea
Exactly.
anymore for someone else's
Exactly.
work.
They're like, dude,
But
look how much money we'd have.
That's like saying, "Hey, Photoshop, anything
Well,
you
it's-
make is our property too." Like, no, it defeats
I
the
do
whole
find
fucking
it-
purpose.
I find it funny. Excuse me. I do find it really funny that Blizzard was like, guys, we're going to allow you to make your own games in our engine. Like, it was such a novel idea. It was this amazing idea. And then when people were like, okay, and they did it, and then they made games that were incredibly successful, now they're like, well, now we'll remaster it, but we own the game now. You know, we own the idea now. And it's like, well, now you're going back on your principles, like, of like why you started that in the first place.
Let's be real. None of the people that started
it's not
Blizzard are even
Activision
there anymore.
Exactly.
So.
That's it's now Activision's bullshit.
No, I still haven't read that book by Jason Schreier. What's it called? Jeez, hold on. Blizzard book. Jason.
What is it called?
Schreier.
Sean.
Play Nice.
My friend Sean always
Play
recommends
Nice.
it. Nah, not for me.
I still want to read it regardless.
Yeah. Well,
another one I'm surprised you didn't put on her, Alex. Destiny. Shocked Destiny did not make an appearance.
Just because it's like I told you, the must play list and like my personal favorite list is completely different lists.
Well, I also think Destiny story wise is fantastic. I just think the content runs a little dry once you get a multiplayer. But like the actual like story campaigns for 1 and 2, like fucking amazing. Like
I think Destiny does so much well, but it also does so much very awful. That's the thing. It's like it has some of the best graphics in any first-person shooter.
Their gunplay is amazing.
Also, the gunplay,
the guns feel really good a lot of the time.
The best in the industry. You know,
the design is amazing. Great music. I mean, the story is good.
The gameplay loop is not particularly fun.
Then they just completely drop things like the content delivery or the pacing or end game stuff. Like
well, my
the
problem
raids.
My problem with Destiny is just that the dungeons don't feel fun to do over and over. Like I could do it in World of Warcraft and just do the same like 10 dungeons over and over to get gear, and I know I'm just going to try to get upgrades. But like it just never felt like that in Destiny, right? And also I felt like the way gears, I'm sorry, we're getting off on a tangent. The way gear is distributed in Destiny 2, like, the way it upgrades, like I don't know. The loot system just wasn't nearly as good as it was in Warcraft, where like you just kind of much more goal oriented in Warcraft.
You're comparing it to Warcraft, but my biggest thing is like nothing about the game felt like anything was ever a different play style. You are always just shooting, right? And maybe I throw a dagger, or maybe I throw a grenade, or maybe I throw a anti-gravity grenade, but I'm just shooting. There's no healers, DPS, tanks. You're always just the shooter, right? And to me, that gets boring. I can't just shoot.
You know, it'd be a really fun exercise for next week. Let's share each other's lists in our Discord chat, and then next week we come with one game from each list. I'll pick 2 off your guys's on why you're wrong, why it should not be on the bucket list.
Easy.
Because I already know Alex gonna pick Nier Automata because he fucking hates that game. And
you have to have like played at least half the game to say it's wrong, though.
Well, yeah, definitely, right? But like,
I mean, I did play half, but I did put hours into it. But speaking of Destiny, real quick, did you guys play the mobile game at all? I played
oh my gosh,
10 minutes of it and was like, don't need this.
What is it like a shooter, like a first-person shooter?
Full ass game, actually. It's a
I didn't even know it existed.
Shooter. It actually seemed like very high quality. It's by NetEase, but it was like I was like, yeah, this actually seems cool. You play this character that's like an Iron Lord and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. But then in the same breath, I'm like, this isn't anything I asked for, and I'm never gonna play this again, and deleted it. I was like,
first-person shooters on the phone is kind of a struggle.
Dude, Arthur's been playing, my son Arthur, for the viewers, he's been playing Minecraft on the phone, and I'm like, that's gonna be such a horrible experience.
And he probably is super efficient at it, though, but like, because kids just learn like crazy.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I've probably said this before on the show, but like, the stuff I see that he makes on his server at 5 years old, and not just the stuff, but like the biggest mind blow for me was he made this bridge, and it was like symmetrical and like had like pillars with lamps on them and like the same color bottom with like, it was just like fucking insane. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like That's
Well, it
so
teaches kids
impressive.
like incredible geometric like thinking, right? Like you know how like the jungle gym was invented because the guy who thought like children needed to think in like the third dimension. It's this whole crazy story, but basically that's why the jungle gym exists. But Minecraft is kind of like a virtual jungle gym nowadays, right? And it teaches kids how to think in this third dimension like very, very effectively.
Well, to tangent here a little bit on like parenting, like I've met parents who are like anti-technology. Like, no, we don't have technology in the house. Like the kids don't get to play video games. They don't get, and it's like, dude, you are just setting your kid behind because like coloring is
Yeah.
fucking great. Arthur loves to color. We have fucking pictures everywhere. He loves to do Optimus Prime and like all this shit. Like he's really creative. But there is no amount of coloring book I could give him that would allow him to access his creativity the way he has on Minecraft.
Mm,
Like just I mean tenfold.
Mhm.
Like and like allowing him to have that just playground where he can just create anything and really just use his imagination. Like parents, if you're like not giving your kids an opportunity to do that, you're fucking up. And then second here, if you ever delete that shit as a punishment, you're a
that's
fucking
terrible.
asshole. You're a fucking
Yeah.
asshole. And be prepared for your kid to never show you anything that they care about in their life because of fear that you're going to destroy it. Fucking dick move, dude. Never
I don't
destroy
know
your
if any
kids'
of those
fucking
people would be
creations.
watching our podcast, but
I don't
yes.
know. I don't know, dude, but there's parents that do that shit and it's out of
We
control,
talked
dude.
about that on one episode. Who was it that did that? It was like a story or something, right? Like
I don't know. There's like fucking am I an asshole things all the time on Reddit. People who do
Yeah.
that kind of shit. And I'm
that's
like, well,
right.
yeah,
That's what it
you're a
was.
fucking asshole. Like 100%. I'd
Yeah,
beat the
that's how
shit out of
you
you if you
break
did that.
trust with
It's
your
like
child. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't understand it's art, not just like a people. It's crazy. Like people are like, oh, I remember like a Reddit post that was like, I make $120,000 a year, like selling Reddit or not Reddit, selling Minecraft architecture. And I'm like, what? Like that's crazy. Like, I mean, there's a market apparently, but like people are like paying this person to make custom shit in Minecraft for them, you know? And I'm like, what's the
wow.
point? Like, what
Hey,
are they doing
make
with
money,
it?
make money.
I
Like
totally
it's like
know
the
I
nerd
mean,
only
but
fan.
also though, think about the
it's
amount
cool.
of people Minecraft like influencers like
Right.
Arthur watches JJ
Tons.
Mikey and Milo and this other fucking guy. Like it's like these two pairs
Yeah.
of people. And I actually have a suspicion that they're the same people, honestly, because their voices sound very similar. I don't know for sure. I've never looked into it. But these guys are huge, huge influencers. So
Of
it's like
course.
instead of them having to go and make all these different maps and shit all the time, they can just pay someone like, hey, I'm looking for this. I'm gonna do a
Yeah.
video, like make this for me and make this for me. I'll give you like a couple $1,000 because that video is gonna get 1 million views. And so I don't give a fuck, you know.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. All right. Well, that's our next venture. We're getting into Minecraft, boys. Just kidding. We're
Get
too
the
old for
server
that.
back up.
Yeah. Cool. Well, any last thoughts before we wrap up for the evening? Cool. All right. Well, that's going to wrap this episode of the Pixelated Realms up. We will catch you all next week here. Thanks for listening. As always, you know, if you enjoy what we do, please like, throw a comment down there and subscribe, all that good stuff if you're on YouTube. And we will see you next time here on the Pixelated Realms. Bye bye.